Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I am going to be reviewing this CYMA M14. Hi guys, before we get started, I'd just like to remind you to give me a subscription. It helps me grow the channel and keep producing this content, which I hope you're liking. So, I've got in front of me my CYMA M14 with the wood effect stock. Hopefully you've seen my video from the other week where I've unboxed this. So I've been out and used it for a game recently, and just thought I'd give you kind of a review of how I found it. So first of all, if you haven't seen the video, this is a plastic stock wood effect, which I am really convinced about. The wood effect is quite an convincing look, particularly at range. You wouldn't know that that was a fake wood stock, and it was just hollow plastic in there. The rest of the construction, we've got a nylon plastic top cover. Pretty much everything else that you can see is metal, so it gives this a really nice heft to it. There is some fair weight to this AEG, which really makes a difference and feels nice to hold. It is incredibly long, so if you are used to your SMGs, or you're used to obviously smaller weapons, fully retracted stocks on M4s, this will take some getting used to, or this will not be the weapon for you at all, because this thing is absolutely huge. It is so long, but so nice to shoot. This one came out of the box at around 320 feet per second, which I can confirm that it is still doing the same, and I've been firing 0.25 gram BBs to it. The range I've been really happy with. I have had a CYMA M14 before that was better ranged. I'm not sure what's happened in this particular one. The hop can be a little bit inconsistent at times, so it might be worth me opening it up and changing the hop rubber as a starting point. I'm a big fan of Tokyo Marui hop rubbers. I always get the best quality results, and that's based on UK FPS limits and shooting between 0.2 and 0.25 gram BBs. Now, obviously I've had a little bit of a niggly issue with the hop, not a big deal breaker. This one in particular though is having to go back to be replaced or repaired. I could do it myself, but because it's brand new, it is going to go back. I believe the motor is on the verge of failing or failed, where I get so many shots out of it, and then there's a bit of a grease burning smell, and then it just stops shooting. Change the fuse because it has popped the fuse. Won't fire for quite some time, then all of a sudden it'll spring back to life for between 5 and 20 shots, and then the same burning smell happens again. So I've contacted the retailer, Taiwan Gun, dead happy for me to send it back. I don't expect that this is a common issue, particularly because quite a few of my friends have got these. I've seen a lot of these on sites, and nobody else has reported any sort of errors or issues with the motor. So I'm pretty sure it will just be the motor that's maybe a bit of a dodgy motor or something. But again, not the norm with these. It is just a one-off freak incident, I believe. It is nice to fire. The rate of fire is really nice and steady away. I do find at times that the fire selector can be a little bit fiddly to get it twisted all the way around. So to change firing modes, take safety off, the little device clicks all the way to one side, and that's one firing mode, and then it clicks all the way back again, and that's another firing mode. And in the middle of a firefight, when you try to mess with that and fiddle with that, it can be a little bit fiddly just to get that set up and changed over. And that said, it's not a massive impact, and it's not often people will need to regularly change firing modes while they're fighting, but it's just something for you guys to be aware of. The stock did nicely take the 1600 milliamp LiPo, 7.4 volt LiPo that I run in my KWA AK, with a little spare room in there for the rest of the wiring, like the fuse holder and things. So you could probably get a much bigger milliamp capacity battery in there if you wanted to. Other than that, I've been really happy with it, and it shot lovely for the game in which I used it until the motor decided that it was going to conk out. Once this has been returned and repaired or replaced, what I will be doing is opening it up and fitting a new hop rubber, just to see if that does anything for consistency. The hop was definitely a plain hop, but the BBs had a little bit too much spread and things, almost like, I don't know, almost like the hop nub was out of line perhaps. Maybe there's a bit of grease in there, it just needs to clear out. I do usually clean the barrel on an M14 or any gun that I buy before I use it for the first time, just in case there is gunk in the barrel. For some reason I've just not this time, and that could be the main issue. It is still a fantastic piece of kit, really nice and weighty, really good to use. You know, fantastic range. The 400 round high caps, if you like me, are quite trigger happy, will go a long way. They click really nicely into the magwell. They're nice and easy to catch in and lock in place and release nicely as well. It just feels really nice to use. The game that I managed to use it in, it's the VIP video from Catch the VIP video from Matlock, which hopefully you've seen. I managed to get in a good position. I was hitting some targets at some fair old distance, and really gave it to the enemy using this before it died, at which point I had to run back to my car, switch it out for my recoil M4 and run back into the game again as the game ended. But I am looking forward to getting it sorted. I'm looking forward to it coming back. I'm really happy with it, other than the motor going. But you know, it's a mechanical item. There is going to be failures. The one thing that, like I said in the unboxing, that I really love about this is the sound of the charging handle, and there's just something quite authentic and nice and meaty and chunky about it. And I did spend a lot of time when I used it last week just doing that. And people were having a little bit of a laugh and giggle about it. It does sound good. You do need to be careful though, because I have seen people that have done it and let it slide back down on its own, and it can cause this to wear and this bit to break, because some elements of it are known to be pot metal. So just a forewarning to you there. If you are going to spend a lot of time backing the bolt, do be careful, because you very likely could snap part of it off. Not that it would affect the operation of the gun overall in terms of what you're going to be using it for, but it changes the aesthetics if that is broken. So other than that, I'll stick a few more photos up for you. The motor's a let down, the hop's a little bit inconsistent. Other than that, solid workhorse, absolutely huge rifle. So if you do like your long arm rifles, this is definitely the thing for you. Great mixed purpose, that you could lock this out to single shot. You could make it into a DMR for UK speeds of about 400 FPS. Good accuracy on it, particularly if you get the hop sorted or drop on with a good hop rubber. So dead happy with it. Definitely recommend it, especially for the £100 price tag from Poland, about £130 in the country. If you've got questions, please do feel free to ask. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll leave the photos in a minute, and I'll see you next time. Bye.